And I also was thinking about the way that cities work, right? It's the cities that we love, the things that we love about cities, the cities that have the most character are often the ones that evolved organically without, some master planner. And generally when we talk about cities and master planners, it's like Robert Moses, who's destroying the city, who's building highways through parts of the city. And the things that we love, the feel of a neighborhood, the identity of a neighborhood, are things that actually evolve kind of organically out of a million isolated decisions that individuals make without the goal of creating a great neighborhood. So they all seem to share this property of kind of order or intelligence coming from below, not from above. And it was, I was coming up with this idea in the late 90s, and so there were these interesting things happening with the web and the internet. Wikipedia was about to launch, and it seemed like we were headed towards a world where more and more of this decentralized organization was going to be central.
And that really wonderful things were capable of emerging from it, things that no one could really have necessarily predicted just by looking at the elements that went into it.
Yeah, and that continues to be a fascination of mine.
That idea, that book, that talk, are a great example of the importance of multidisciplinary thinking. That, if all you were interested in was ant colonies, you wouldn't necessarily get the bigger picture that this is a phenomenon that applies, across the board and can really maybe teach us something. And in fact, you are an expert at thinking about this bigger picture of where do aha moments come from. In fact, are aha moments really overrated, actually? Where do ideas come from? This was a book you wrote. It was a fantastic TED Talk you gave in 2010. It was the same year that I gave a TED Talk. Yours was much better, damn you. But not damn you, because it was awesome. So share some of the thinking that you expect that.
Well, first off, I think you're absolutely right that multidisciplinary focus, that's one of the reasons why you and I are soulmates. I think that, whenever I have the opportunity to speak to kids, particularly college kids, one of the things that I say to them is, like, you have this opportunity for these 4 years to dabble in a lot of different fields. And when you leave here, all the forces in the world are going to be trying to get you to specialize. And that's fine. Focus is important. It's good to have specialists in the world. But if you look at the history of ideas, the most powerful ones, the ones that are really transformative, the ones that are really hard to have, almost always come out of the collision between at least 2 or 3 or